So when you think about beautiful cities in France, what comes to mind? Probably Paris, right? Well, if you travel southwest, you'll find a city called Toulouse, and it has this completely unique vibe. It's actually known as La Ville Rose, or the Pink City, and today we're going to figure out exactly why and uncover the incredible story hidden in its warm, glowing walls.
Okay, so let's just get right to it, because this is the question that defines the whole city. What gives Toulouse this amazing, one-of-a-kind color? Well, the answer isn't simple, and it's literally baked right into its history.
And this is what's so fascinating. The city's famous color is completely natural. It's part of the actual building blocks of the city. We're not talking about a design choice made with a paintbrush here. No, it's a fundamental part of its very structure. To really get it, we've got to go way back in time. So our journey starts with the foundations of faith. We're going to go from the city's ancient Roman ruins all the way up to the soaring spires of the Middle Ages. This is where the very first layers of the city's identity were laid down, brick by brick. You know, more than 2,000 years ago, this place was the Roman city of Tolosa. And the Romans were absolute masters of city planning. They built things to last, mostly with stone. But when their empire fell, it set the stage for a totally new era, and a new building material that would come to define everything. Okay, let's fast forward to the Middle Ages. This is a time when power and faith are being expressed through massive, incredible architecture. This is where we see the Romanesque style really take off. Just look at the Basilica of St. Sernin. It's solid, it's powerful, with these super thick walls and rounded arches. But most importantly, it's built with that signature reddish brick, making it a cornerstone of the whole Pink City identity.
But, styles never stay the same. They evolve. So what comes next? Gothic. And the Gothic period was a total revolution in engineering and design. The whole goal was to reach for the heavens, building taller, lighter, more delicate buildings. The Convent of the Jacobins is an absolute masterpiece of this style. If you go inside, there's this single column that just blossoms out at the ceiling like a giant stone palm tree. It's an unbelievable display of creativity.
So you can really see the contrast here, right? On one hand, Romanesque is grounded, heavy, almost like a fortress. On the other hand, Gothic is all about being elegant and soaring towards the sky. But here's the key. Both of these styles use that same local brick, adapting it to fit their totally different visions. And this just sets the stage for the city's next great chapter.
All right, now we're entering the Renaissance, and the story of Toulouse takes a really surprising turn. The city's identity is about to be shaped not just by faith and religion, but by this incredible wave of wealth. And it's flowing from a very, very unexpected source. And get this. Here's a fantastic little irony for you. The Pink City had its golden age all thanks to a plant that produced blue dye. It was called woad, and it was the source of this hugely valuable blue pigment. The merchants in Toulouse basically controlled the trade, and they became fantastically wealthy. And what do you do when you have that much money back then? You build. And they built these magnificent private mansions called hôtels particuliers. Now, these weren't hotels like we think of them. They were these incredibly grand family homes. They were inspired by classical Greek and Roman design, so buildings like the amazing Hôtel de Assazat were all about symmetry and elegance and, let's be honest, showing off your status. And what material did they use to show off all this newfound prestige? You guessed it, brick. That really cemented it as the look of luxury. Okay, hold on tight. We're about to fast forward through centuries of massive change, from kings all the way to rockets, as Toulouse transforms into this modern hub of technology. And you'll see how each era leaves its own distinct fingerprint on the city.
So first, in the 18th century, you get the grand, classical Capitol building, a huge symbol of civic order. Then, boom, the 19th century brings the Industrial Revolution, and the Matabiau railway station connects Toulouse to the rest of the world. After World War II, the city completely reinvents itself as a global aerospace capital with Airbus. And finally, you get the Cité de l'Espace, the city of space, which celebrates its identity as a city of science and the future.
All right, it's time to put it all together. We've journeyed through 2,000 years of history. Now we're going to connect all the dots and finally solve the mystery of the Pink City. So let's bring it all home. After exploring all these centuries of history, why is Toulouse pink? Well, the answer is this really unique mix of geography, good old-fashioned practicality, and, of course, history. First, it was just practical. The soil all around the city was super rich in clay, which made brick cheap and easy to make, while good building stone was really hard to find. Second, you've got geography. Being in the south of France meant Toulouse was influenced by Mediterranean traditions, where building with brick is really common. And third, it's all about the history.
For centuries, the city's most important buildings, its churches, its mansions, its government buildings, were all built from brick. It just became the official material of faith, of wealth, and of power. So here's the big takeaway from all this. A city's architecture is basically a physical record of its story. In Toulouse, you can literally walk through chapters of history, of belief, commerce, authority, and innovation, and it's all written in the very bricks of its buildings. It's like a living storybook.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? This is why exploring a city's buildings is just so cool. It's a way to understand the values and the dreams of the people who came before us. Their story is all around us, if we just know how to look.
And that brings me to a final thought for you. The next time you walk through your own town or city, take a closer look at the buildings. I mean a really close look. What materials are they made of? What different styles can you spot? What story is written in the walls around you?